You're listening to Excellence Above Talent, a podcast where we have the hard conversations about the lives of men and what leads us to achieve greatness and suffer defeat. Hear from other men's journeys as well, as we all learn and grow together to become inspirations to ourselves and those around us. And now your host, Aaron Thomas.
What's up, my beautiful people? Aaron Thomas with Excellence Above Talent. Wrapping up 2 more episodes of why men become abusive and ways we can be better as men. Episode 23, we're going to be talking about how you can't heal what you keep performing. So there's a lot of men exhausted, not because life is hard, but because performing is exhausting. Pretending to be okay, pretending to be strong, pretending not to care, pretending to have it together. And after a while, you start losing connection with who you really are because you spent so much time becoming who everyone else needed you to be. So today, we're talking about the mask. We're talking about performance. We're talking about people pleasing and why healing starts the moment you stop pretending. So let's start here. A lot of people are not living. A lot of men are not living. They're performing. Performing strength. Performing confidence. Performing happiness. Performing toughness. Performing masculinity. Performing spirituality. Performing success. And the scary part is a lot of men have been performing for so long that they don't even know who they are underneath it anymore. And the scarier part is a lot of this performing starts at a young age, because most people don't wake up one day and decide to fake who they are. It starts early. Maybe you only got praise when you achieve something. Maybe you were ignored emotionally. Maybe you learned vulnerability isn't safe. Maybe you got laughed at when you expressed yourself. Or maybe you had to become the strong one too early. So you adapted. You learned. People only accept certain versions of me. And once that lesson gets planted, performance begins. My dad left at an early age, and I had to become the strong one, especially because I was the oldest son. So I felt the heaviness, the burden, the pressure to make sure that everyone in my family was okay, to make sure my mom wasn't struggling. And as a young kid, really not being able to do anything to help, I tried mow lawns and go out there and try to bring some money in, but to see the struggle or pain in your mom's face, and there's nothing you could do to help, hurt. And so I felt like I needed to perform in order to try and figure it out for her as well as for us. And I started to wear different masks. And we all have different masks as men. Some wear the funny mask, the strong mask, the successful mask, the I don't care mask, the perfect Christian mask, the everything is okay mask. Because masks protect you from rejection. But when you put on a mask, you also block intimacy. You block relationship. And a lot of men are trained to perform masculinity instead of trying to understand what masculinity really is. So we learn as men, don't cry, don't ask for help, don't talk about emotions, don't look weak. You have to stay hard, you have to stay tough. So instead of healing, we as men have mastered the art of performance. We've learned how to look strong while silently falling apart. And the problem with performance is this: you can receive love for someone you're pretending to be. Think about it. People will praise your image, your role, your accomplishments, your toughness, your social media version, while who you truly are, the real you, stays hidden. And eventually you start feeling lonely, even around people who love you. Because deep down you know, they don't actually know me. And that's a painful thing. But what's even more painful is you looking in the mirror at yourself and seeing someone that doesn't know you neither. Some people perform every day at work. It's not professionalism, it's performance. A lot of men shrink themselves, silence themselves, change personalities, laugh at things they hate, pretend to agree with everything, just to feel accepted. And after a while, they start abandoning themselves for approval. And that's a dangerous place to be if you're a man in this society. There is a cost of trying to please people. People pleasing is a performance too. You say yes when you mean no. You avoid conflict. You keep everybody comfortable. You overextend yourself emotionally. And eventually, resentment builds because you sacrifice your authenticity for acceptance. And I'll be the first to tell you, people like you for you, and people won't like you for you. And there is not a dang thing you can do about it. So you might as well show up and be you, because being someone else is miserable, or trying to be someone else is miserable. And the reason why people are trying to perform is because of fear. Performance is rooted in fear. The fear of rejection, criticism, abandonment, not being enough, being fully seen. Some people become what they think the world awards. But that's a huge problem. Because if you have to fake who you are to be accepted, you will always feel emotionally unsafe. But healing requires truth. And healing cannot happen in hiding. You cannot heal what you won't acknowledge, what you won't confront, what you keep covering up. Healing starts when honesty begins. Not performance, not image management, truth. And the reason why healing or being your true authentic self feels dangerous is because it gives people the chance to reject the real you. And a lot of people would rather perform successfully than the risk of being fully seen. And that pretending slowly kills your peace inside, because your nervous system was never designed to constantly act. So you get emotionally exhausted. That's why you're always tired as a man. Not physically, but emotionally. Because performance creates pressure. You have to consistently think about how you should act. What version of you do they think they want? Or do you think they want? How do I avoid disappointing people? And that is survival mode. That is not freedom. And social media hasn't made it any better, because social media awards performance. People perform lifestyles, relationships, confidence, spirituality, success, and healing. And sometimes that image becomes more important than reality. And a lot of people will build their identity around the perception instead of what is true. And the truth is, authenticity doesn't mean saying everything on your mind. It means alignment. Your public self and your private self are not completely different people. Authenticity means being honest, having emotional ownership, having healthy boundaries, being self-aware, showing up daily for yourself. It means you're not shape-shifting for acceptance. You're just showing up. And my favorite quote, I will not hide, protect, defend, or prove myself to anyone. I will show up in the room. I will not shrink. I will not puff up. I will be me. And there has to be a shift. Stop asking yourself, how can you be more like? And start asking yourself, who am I when no one is around? And that's the question that reveals your identity. And there's a freedom in that. The freedom of being honest. Freedom in saying, I'm struggling. I need help. That hurt me. I don't have it all figured out. Healing starts when performance ends. And the hard truth is, you cannot build deep relationships while hiding behind shallow versions of yourself. Because eventually, that mask becomes exhausting to carry, or you feel good enough to show yourself to that person who you truly are, and they reject you. So your goal isn't to impress people. Your goal is peace. Your goal is alignment with who you are as a person, with God. The goal is to become someone who no longer has to perform for love, acceptance, or validation. Because real healing starts the moment you stop pretending. The real you is not too much, not too emotional, not too broken, not too complicated. But you will never meet the healthiest version of yourself while hiding behind performance. If anyone hasn't told you today that they love you, let me be the first to say I love you. You're awesome. You're amazing. You deserve the best that this world has to offer. Do not quit. Do not give up. The world does not get easier. You get stronger. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And for daily motivational and up-to-date content, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Excellence Above Talent. And remember, keep moving forward, never give up, and you are never alone in this battle. We'll see you next time.